Hey guys, it's Christy, the homesteader wannabe. I am going to work on my garden over there that I'm putting cardboard down and dirt. And also I was going to tell you all that tonight may be our first frost. So I went around and took all the smaller green tomatoes off and sent some to my mom, and I'm going to have fried green tomatoes all week, which I'm not complaining. But I left the big ones on. I'm going to gamble it because we usually, the first frost, we don't get frost here. We'll get frost down where our barn is, but we don't get frost on top here. So I'm gambling. If something happens and it freezes, I'm just going to rush out in the morning, get them, wash them, and put them right in the freezer anyway. So I think that'll work out. But hopefully it won't frost. I'm just so aggravated because all my tomatoes finally got big, and then it got cold, and they haven't changed like hardly any. They're still just as green as they were 2 weeks ago. So anyway, hope you enjoy the video. Hey everybody, I am going to work on my garden in the back. I've got to pick up some more boxes that's on the back that I threw out the back door, and some rocks that I got yesterday in a video that I might put on here. I might not. I haven't watched it. Sometimes I make videos and I don't put them on here because they suck. I gotta choke it. Nope, got it. My son's trusty game. Putting a toboggan on, but I decided against it. This is all the weeds I got yesterday. Garden. Oh my goodness, there they are. And I got these rocks, and I also got one in the back of the car because I am not opposed to stopping on the side of the road if I see a good rock for my garden and picking it up. My husband is completely embarrassed at me, but I'm like, stop the car! It's not a real rock, it's a fake rock, but it works. All right. I didn't feed my crows today, so you'll probably hear them screaming at me. Two over by the garage. I am just reverse queen today. Gracie. Alright, you can ride. Don't jump off or you'll go under the wheel. She's a good one. This is the one I got from the road. few days coming out. Yesterday was his first day coming out. I made a video. Don't know if I'm going to show it. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I might add it onto this video. I might make a whole, but I know I didn't end it, so. Okay, so this is what we have done so far, which you've seen me do this. And I'm going to get as far as I can today with the boxes I have. If I have time, my son's in there. I can see him. You probably can't. And so I can hear when his movie goes off. Here's Gus. Hello, sir. He's kind of scary. And then I have the dirt that I'll be putting on there. So, and I have a potato back here, so I'm hoping it'll make it. Okay. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that I colored my hair this morning. And I always have stained skin. At first, my husband calls it my skull cap. So if you do see that on camera, that's what that is. If you're wondering if I have any other clothes, I do. I just don't wear them for gardening. I wear this pretty much exclusively for gardening. I did wear other bibs sometimes for when we did garden tours. Okay. And I've said before in videos that I put these bibs on like a fireman or firewoman puts on their uniform before they go out. They lay in a heap. I take them off in a heap, and I just put my legs in, pull them up, and I go. And they've just, I can't say enough about these bibs. They've just been wonderful. I used to, because they're not cheap. They're like $80, but I always get my bibs for 40% off on Duluth. I wait for a 40% off sale. So I was scared to wear them out. This year, I just like, you know what? I'm not going to not wear them. That's what I bought them for, is to work in them. So anyway, they do get a Sabbath every week. They get washed, gingerly hung to dry, and treated with, you know, they get rest for 1 day a week. But with winter coming up, they'll get a lot more Sabbath days. They won't be Sabbath days, they'll just get a lot more rest. Okay, this one does not want to come apart. What I'm going to put in this garden next year, oh no, I'm like laying this on top of a plant, as mainly like stuff that the deers don't eat, because my garden here is going to have stuff, it's going to have 1 by 1, 1 inch by 1 inch squares fencing, and I'll put like corn, which I've never grown corn. I want to try to grow corn, and stuff that deer might eat, which I don't even know. I don't know. I ordered Baker Creek Seeds stuff today because I saw on Facebook they have these little tomatoes that grow only 6 inches, and you can put them in a sunny window in the winter and have little cherry tomatoes. They're gold and has very good reviews. But one of the reviews showed someone put it in their arrow garden, and I thought, I have an arrow garden, so I would like to have tomatoes all year long. So I went on there to buy those. They were $5 free shipping. I ended up spending $50. So it's kind of dangerous to go on a seed thing, because you're like, well, I don't know if this is a sale price. I mean, they're not that expensive. And then you don't know what they'll have next year, because some people are saying there's going to be a seed shortage and stuff like that, which I don't know if there is going to be, but I don't want to take a chance. I will tell you that my garden is small, and it's going to stay small probably, because I mean, it's not going to be huge like Roots and Refuge and stuff, because I'm really the only person that eats a lot of the stuff. Like, if I grow corn and green beans, my husband will eat that, but my husband actually prefers canned from the grocery store green beans. So he eats zucchini bread. That's and he'll eat the corn if it turns out, and he doesn't eat tomatoes or green beans or peppers or anything like that. So this is basically for me, and I try to grow. I like to grow like things that are in the store are expensive, or things that in the store taste totally different. Like I love frozen peas from the store, so I'm not going to grow peas. If someday they're really expensive at the store, I will probably grow peas. But so that's what I like to do. I like to grow zucchinis. Zucchinis and summer squash are not cheap at the store, and they're very small at the store. Tomatoes at the store, you know, they're just not good. So that's my goal in my gardening right now. Now, if something ever happened and I could grow stuff to sell and stuff like that, that would be different. But I have a friend who does that, and so it's not something I need to do. Where were you? I mean, I strategically put stuff down, but you know, got moved around with the storm last week, and I'm not sure. I stopped time lapse for a minute. I was going to talk to you all. Forgot a few vlogs ago. I was talking about how maybe it's not feasible for me to get chickens because I eat eggs. Like sometimes I'll have a dozen eggs and I'll eat it in 4 days, and sometimes I'll have a dozen eggs and it takes me 2 weeks to eat it. So is it feasible for me to build a coop, get the chickens, buy the chicken feed, vet the chickens if they need it, doctor the chickens, whatever I have to do for chickens? I don't know very much about chickens. I just know I've always wanted chickens. But the name of this channel when it first started out, I think, was Germaphobe Farms, because that's what I call this place, because my son has a feeding tube, and you just got to be very sanitary. I mean, I can't really go into a chicken coop and then just come out and, you know, just simply wash my hands and then feed him. It's got to be, I'd almost have to like wear a hazmat suit or something, I don't know. But I was like, no, I don't think it is feasible for me, because I know a lady that sells eggs for $2 a dozen that I buy eggs off of when I need them. But self-sufficiency is not, I depend on this lady to provide me with that. But still, I don't think it's a bad thing, because if you find somebody that raises chickens the way you would raise chickens, but they got a lot of chickens and they like doing it and stuff, I don't think it's a bad thing to buy chickens. But I buy my meat off this lady too, so I had my order in to get 40 pounds of meat, because we eat about 2 pounds or less a week. And my egg order, and her house burned down, which is just, I mean, I can't imagine how devastating that is. But she sent she sent me a message the Sunday before I was going to pick up my stuff, which you pick it up on Tuesday. Everybody picks up on Tuesday. So I had to go to the grocery store to get eggs. I still had about 12 pounds of hamburger in there, but like I said, I was getting my winter stash, because I don't like, I'm like an old person. I've always been like this. I don't like going out in the winter after dark. I just don't. It feels like you're going out in the middle of the night, and I just, even 7 o'clock it just is depressing. Because you think, you know, in winter, you know, I'm riding my son on the gator at 7 o'clock or whatever. And so, anyway, so I still will have supply chain issues, kind of. I could have that. And I really need, you know, if I really needed something, which, you know, you can survive or whatever. But, so, now I want chickens again. So I just putting that out there because I did put a video up, like, you know, maybe for you chickens are not, you know, you're putting out more than you're getting back. So I don't know. I would like to have about 3 chickens. My husband wants 0 chickens, so I think that's you know, a thing. But if I would have to do everything for the chickens. He since he doesn't want them, he would not. I mean, he'd help me if I was sick or something like that. But if I'm able-bodied and stuff, he's not going to help me with the chickens. Which, that's how we do stuff. Like, when he wants something, okay, that's your thing. You have to take care of it because I can't take on no more chores. And he's the same way. He's got a ton of chores. So, anyway, I thought I'd put that out there while I'm doing boards. Because it really made me think, you know, I'm still depending on someone. My nose, I told you all about my nose. It's getting the filling back into it after a surgery. I didn't have a nose job. I had a mole removed from my nose because the dermatologist told me I had to. So, anyway, I will put you back on time lapse and finish up here. All right, guys, my son's movie's over. I'm going in the house to take care of him, have some lunch. I might come back out here today, but I doubt if I'll film it. If I do come out and do more, I'll just show it to you in the next video. But that's all for this week. I have the other video that I videoed that I might tack in on this one. I'm not sure, but I don't know if, you know, till I get in there and watch stuff, what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to throw away, and what I'm going to put out for you guys. So I hope you have a good week. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Hey guys, I'm out here doing my weeds. I didn't get around to it yesterday when I filmed my last video. I can't believe how bad the weeds are in here. But I just take it. I mean, I'm sure I don't need to tell you how to weed, but this is my very best dirt. So I don't want to waste any of it. But if you see a little cat running around behind me, a black cat, it's Gus's first time outside since we got him. So he's very excited. He's been wanting to come outside. I was leery. I love time. I was leery because, you know, you're just always scared something's going to happen the first time they come out. But he's doing really good, and my older cat's watching him and playing with him, so they're having a good time. This is the most weeds I've ever had in here because last year I let the weeds go to seed, which is like the first time I've ever done that. But it was also, I had more vegetables last year, so that takes a lot of time. And also, it's so dense in here that, you know, I liked it to be a little cooler before I come in because of it's so dense you can't see snakes, and this is where I've always seen snakes, is in this dense stuff. But I heard they don't like stuff that smells good. I have lots of lavender and thyme in here. There he goes. Just running around. Youth. Love it. So I have so many chores this year, and normally I don't, but I do this year. I still have to weed all the beds. There's my itch in my face again. Weed all the beds and put mulch down in a few beds, finish the cardboard back there, put the dirt on it. Somebody's coming out to put a fence around my garden. We're kind of a side job for that person. So we're not high priority on it, which is fine. It really doesn't have to be in there till next year. I was thinking about waiting to take the cat out till that fence was up because he couldn't get out of it, and then I could just take him out and let him get a smell of it first, but he was so sad when the other cats went out that I just let him. This is Friday. I don't know. I'm not going to pull my sleeve up. I'm too lazy. This is Friday. Let me go ahead. Okay. It's so hard. The 7th. And today, this ends my husband just having one job. So after this next week, he starts his second. He'll have 2 jobs, which is, I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to do it. And, you know, I think it's sad he has to, but he wants to retire so that he can help me with Mr. Z, and you know, he wants me to be able to follow my dreams, which would be homesteading, but he also don't want chickens or so I don't know. But it'd be hard for me not to be, I like taking care of my son, so it'd be hard for me just to be like, okay, well, you can take him now and I'll just go live my life. That wouldn't work very well for me. But so anyway, he's trying to retire early, but with the way everything costs right now, if it keeps going up and gas keeps going up, it's just going to help us get through it. We're not going to be able to save. We haven't had a dip in our savings yet, but you know, gas, I'm going to have to move my tripod. Gas has, you know, been okay, and now it's going up again, and so I don't know. But for the new job, he does get a car and his gas paid for, so at least we have that. But his job right now, he has to drive like 40 minutes one way to get there, and so the first hour that he works is not right now, but when the gas was higher, the first hour he worked went to gas. So he had to work a whole hour just to pay for the gas to drive to work. So, you know, that just sucked. But, you know, he had all the other hours to work that, you know, we could use for other things. But anyway, it's sad because it's going to be a really hard, I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be a really hard winter for people. I mean, when a few years ago, we got on the budget at the electric company, and it was $289 a month on the budget. And right now, this month, it's $399 and on the budget. So, you know, winters, our house needs insulated better. Like, winters are really cold in my house. So, and with my son, we have to, you know, you can't just say put on a sweatshirt. Well, if he puts on a sweatshirt, then he's very uncomfortable in the wheelchair. So you have to keep it pretty warm. And then, like, in the summer, we keep it about 75 or so. I'm also going to, I have rocks in here, but where it's so thick, I mean, this is thyme or thyme or whatever. Right here, these are the lilies. I'm going to take the big rocks out of here and use them in the back. I'm going to make a path to, in that back garden, I'm going to make a path to the air conditioning unit and So we're going to take this rock out over here if I can get it. That cat is so happy. That makes me happy, Gus. I'm so happy you're happy. Please don't have a snake or a big black widow under here. All right, that's a good old rock. Archie, don't scare that cat. Archie's so good with the cats, and we've had lots of dogs, and I've loved them. Bloodhounds mainly is, you know, I always had bloodhounds, but you know, they don't listen very much. I'm just trying to fill this in. I'll probably have to bring some dirt back here. They never listen. And Archie listens so well, and he's so good to the cats. And like, there was a deer in my yard the other day, and oh my goodness, I'm gonna really, and he just stood there and let the deer prance out of here, and he didn't chase it. So I was very proud of him. It's kind of peaceful work. And it's so much better after you get done. You don't dread it anymore. Let's put some of this dirt in that hole. Oh, a grub. You might make a tasty treat for a bird. I wish my bluebirds were up here right now. They would love that. Oh, there's another grub. I think I lost it. We have tons of grubs in here, so we get a lot of moles. There he is. He's just a little one. Back. All right, I see some grass in with the thyme. I don't know how to get that out without getting... You're not supposed to let grass through. I don't understand. You're supposed to do your job. Well, I'm really going to peel it back to see what's going on here. Okay, it's on the outside of the bed. So there's the rocks. I'm going to take a bunch of this and replant it somewhere else. It's starting to come outside the bed, and see how it forms pretty thick mat underneath. I'm supposed to let the weeds through, but as you can see, I don't know what this bed would look like without it. And of course, I don't get the taproot all the way, so. But if I get all this put back, it will be a weed-eated section. Another one. I think I'm going to be heavily editing this video. Not a lot of talking. And I'm too lazy to do my tripod.